Hi everyone, my name is Michalis Mexis. I'm a psychologist based in Athens, Greece. I work with athletes and other professionals mainly in the domain of performance. The research I conducted during my master's studies was on uncertainty and specifically uncertainty in sport. I'm going to read a quote here by Ursula Le Guin. Quote, "The only thing that makes life possible is permanent, intolerable uncertainty, not knowing what comes next." Close quotes. Uncertainty is related to the unknown. The unknown is part of our life. Both concepts are very difficult to understand, to define, to describe. A very brief and basic description of uncertainty would be not knowing what our next action should be or will be, or not knowing what the consequence of our actions might be. Specifically in sport, uncertainty is a core element. Without uncertainty, there would be no interest, no excitement, no reason for spectators to watch a sport. If you know what the outcome is, or if the outcome is expected, then there is no interest and excitement into watching sports or sports to exist. But concerning athletes, there is scarce research about the relation between athletes and uncertainty. So I was motivated to investigate on that matter. I started with 4 basic questions: when, how, why, and what. What is the aspects of when? What is the aspects of the sport that induce uncertainty? Where do athletes feel the most uncertain? How does uncertainty affect athletes and their performance cognitively, emotionally? Why? What are the mechanisms that are activated so athletes feel uncertain? And by what do athletes to face uncertainty? What are the methods that they have found useful? And I did a qualitative research. I asked top-level athletes in CrossFit through interviews and tried to find answers on these questions, find the most suitable answers for these questions, if any. So yes, I did. I found that there are some aspects of their sport that induce the most uncertainty. There would be the ability to perform, the outcome, and the situational factors. But most importantly, I found that uncertainty affects athletes in negative and positive ways. The negative way that athletes were affected by uncertainty involves fear, overthinking, and helplessness. All these factors seemed to be devastating to performance according to athletes, each one in a different way. And all these are highly associated with anxiety. But I also found a positive side of uncertainty. There was some benefit. Athletes described that they were excited to find out what their full potential might be, how much they could improve. They would respond to a challenge, and they would think that they wouldn't be good enough, but then they were. So that was exciting. And motivation was the other factor. They reported that they would work harder, they would put more effort in their trainings, they would mobilize, they would be more consistent, and all that because they wanted to find out. It was a curiosity. They wanted to find out how much they could improve. So these are two very important findings about the positive side of uncertainty. And concerning some methods that they use to deal with uncertainty, they would report that they seek support. They want a family-friendly environment that would provide some support and some extra information. Know and trust yourself. That was another theme that comes through training. If you incorporate uncertainty in training, then you become easier for you to adapt when you feel uncertainty in the competition. And pause the breath. Athletes reported that during uncertainty, they wanted to find out what the next step should be. So they want to be calm and relaxed in order to do that. And they used breathing techniques and slow breathing. And slow breathing is is everywhere in the literature as a technique against anxiety. So in conclusion, I strongly believe that the findings of the study will be very useful for all kinds of professionals in sport, coaches, performance specialists, sports psychologists. They could use the negative effects of uncertainty to get a better understanding of what the athletes experience when they face uncertainty, and be more empathetic and be able to give more valuable guidance. On the other hand, they can use the benefit of uncertainty, the positive side of uncertainty, to motivate athletes to work harder, to put more effort in training, to be more consistent through their career, and maybe reframe in a way the way they view of uncertainty as solely negative. And the methods that the athletes proposed as useful for dealing with uncertainty could be a very nice inclusion into the assets of athletes and professionals when it comes to facing uncertainty or anxiety from uncertainty, because these two concepts are akin and go together. Thank you very much for listening to my short presentation of my research.